miles of driving to go till I see the hills of home. Got everything I need in the back of my truck. Now all I gotta do is get the job done. When the sun comes up and the woods come alive, longbeards are gonna die. Longbeards are gonna die. Red, white, and blue heads, beards, and spurs. When he flies off the limb, I'm gonna rock his world. When the day is done and the sun goes down, another turkey's on his back in a grave he's found. Longbeards are gonna die. Yeah, longbeards are gonna die. A yelp and a cut from my old slate call. He gobbled back, I knew it was on. Up against a tree, down the barrel of a gun. He don't know what's about to come. About to take his last breath, I got my bead on his outstretched neck. The last thing you'll feel is a face full of fives. Longbeards are gonna die. Yeah, longbeards are gonna die. Spurs. When he flies off the limb, I'm gonna rock his world. When the day is done and the sun goes down, another turkey's on his back in a grave he's found. Longbeards are gonna die. Yeah, longbeards are gonna die. Finish it up in Missouri. Powder keeps a burning and my wheels keep a turning, chasing after the kings of spring. Longbeards are gonna die. Yeah, longbeards are gonna die. Longbeards are gonna die. Yeah, longbeards are gonna die.
Yeah, he's coming. Here he comes.
birds on the ridge top, a gobbler hammering in the treetop. Gotta head up the hill and be real still. Ain't nothing else to give me this thrill. Wings beating on the branches, caught a glimpse of where he landed. He's 100 yards coming, now he's running right down the end of this loaded gun. I'm a running gun from the break of the sun. Gotta cut 'em off and get in front. I can't sit in a trance, I'd take the chance till I find one that wants to dance, son. Sometimes I wonder about my never-ending hunger for chasing thunder. And age catches up, I reminisce about my good luck while I sit in my blind, try to rewind time and wait for Tommy Turkey to walk on by. I'm a running gun from the break of the sun. Gotta cut 'em off and get in front. I can't sit in a trance, I take the chance till I find one that wants to dance, son. Sometimes I wonder about my never-ending hunger for chasing thunder. For chasing thunder. Conditions are right. It's turkey time. Old Tommy Turkey sets the woods on fire, strutting and a drumming and burning with desire. I hit him with the yelp from my old mouth call, and he turns around and listens, fans his feathers out tall. Come a little closer for a real surprise. It's turkey time. These crazy birds are ruling my life, 24/7, 365. Spending my life chasing a dream of long beards dragging, big hook spurs falling for the sound of my sleep calm bird, running to me, setting out by an old oak tree. Oh, it's turkey time. Got a chalk white head and it's turning blood red. His beard's a-swinging like a noose. This could be the end. 60, 50, 40, 30 yards full throttle. Then he makes a stand with his last big gobble. Mashed potatoes and gravy on a plate just right. Oh, it's turkey time. These crazy birds are ruling my life. 24/7, 365. Spending my life chasing a dream of long-beards dragging big hook spurs, falling for the sound of my sleek comfort, running to me, sitting out by an old oak tree. Oh, it's turkey time. You done gobbled your last gobble, Mr. Tommy Turkey.
Hey, welcome to another Mossy Oak Go Live. Well, it's official. Turkey hunting should be open everywhere, north, south, east, and west. I canceled all my trips, been hunting close to home. I don't think that's going to affect what you're going to see tonight. Let's go see who's in the turkeys.
The word obsession encompasses the mindset of everyone at Mossy Oak. We obsess over hiding from, chasing, and conserving the critters we pursue. In this episode, we follow one of Mossy Oak's own, David Holly, as we explore his number one obsession in the world, the wild turkey. This is The Obsessed.
So I was very fortunate that I grew up in a turkey hunting family. I'm a fourth generation turkey hunter, and there's some things that are just simply in your bloodline. So I started hunting, probably tagging along with Dad, to go listen and stuff when I was 5 or 6. But what really hooked me was I was 9 years old. We had a river bottom on our property, on our farm. And when that gobble rang out through that bottom, it was just something spiritual. I mean, it hooked me, it grabbed me just like that. And so I really immersed myself into the sport. I mean, like I wasn't reading cartoons, or magazines. It was all hunting. And growing up around the sport through the eyes of Mossy Oak, I really became ingrained in the culture. I mean, everything was about turkey hunting. I started calling, started competing, in calling. I was fortunate to go on the David Letterman show twice, but it's been just a huge part of my life. And I really couldn't imagine my life without turkey hunting and without the wild turkey. My greatest memories with my family have been turkey hunting. I've built friendships because of turkey hunting. It's kind of given me identity, but it's also given me a great perspective on the world and legacy and values and things like that have come through that.
David Hawley, come on out, Dave. Here we are. Here he is. Hi, David. Nice to see you. This is, Judd?
Yes, sir.
Judd and Kyle. You guys all know one another?
Yes, sir.
So you've been competing, you're all good friends.
Yes, sir.
And where are you from, Dave? You're
I'm from Livingston, Alabama.
Livingston, Alabama. We talked to a guy last night in Scottsboro, Alabama. Is that anywhere near you?
It's about 250 miles away.
250 miles away?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, good for you. Nice to have you here. And your first time in New York, I'm guessing?
Yes, sir.
Fun, ain't it?
It's big.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. This is going to be the fly down cackle. Take it away, Dave.
I have evolved so much from just being one that, I've really gone through that life cycle of a gamekeeper. I just wanted to kill one early on, and then, I got to the point where I wanted to do it as much as I could, and now it's all about legacy for me. That mindset has really, I guess my appreciation for the wild turkey and not just the hunting side of things has really been heightened the last few years. In particular for me, and any dad out there will attest to this, the first time you see that ultrasound and you see that it's a boy, your mind races, 5 or 6 years down the road to taking him out the first time and trying to impart those lessons in him. I guess, on my deathbed, the one thing I want to know is that I was a good husband, a good father, the farm that we were given, that I was a good steward of it. I left it better than I found it. But that I instilled those things that were passed down from my father and grandfather and generations. Of course, all the other people I've been influenced by, Uncle Fox, Uncle Toxie. It's about the resource, it's the enjoyment, the appreciation we have for the wild turkey and all our other resources, and to make sure that they understand that conservation is critical to hunting. One of the coolest aspects to me about turkey hunting is the fact that you can call wild turkeys and mimic their calls. And to me, early on, that's something that really intrigued me. I pretty much, from the time I started turkey hunting, I became a turkey caller. If there was not the calling aspect to turkey hunting, it wouldn't be quite the same to me. That is the rush for me, is being able to have that conversation with a gobbler and to have that sort of strategy that goes into that. Tree. There's some turkeys out there in the field. Hey Tom, there's some turkeys out there in the field. March 11, 2019, to my son Bud. In the spring of 1995, I accompanied your granddad into the bend on a cool, crisp morning. When the first gobble rang out through the hardwoods, my life was forever changed. Since that fateful morning, I've been blessed to experience the highs and lows that turkey hunting has to offer. I've been able to see new places and meet new people as a result. But over the past 25 years, I've learned that there's no place I would rather break daylight than right here on our farm, and no one I'd rather do it with than your granddad and Uncle Hunter. I hope by the time you've read this that you've already experienced the many joys and life lessons that chasing turkeys can bring. Spring turkey hunting on our farm should never ever be solely about the kill. I caught myself in that frame of mind once. Then I realized that turkey hunting was a bridge of sorts from the past, beginning with your namesake down to you, and through the future with your kids and grandkids. Never stop learning about the wild turkey and never cease in your amazement and gratitude for this grand bird and the sport surrounding it. Always be mindful of creating a legacy and ensuring this sport and resource continue for many years to come, both on this farm and throughout the country. Best of luck this spring, and I love you very much, your dad. I'm David Hawley, and I am obsessed.
Hey, coming up next, some straight hunting, one of our own here at Mossy Oak. Some of the best videos, some of the best tips. Watch close, and you'll understand why we call it straight hunting.
It slips up on me every year. You snap a finger, and the month of February is almost gone, and then you open your eyes one morning and go, holy cow, turkey season's like in 3 weeks. And then for me right then, it's like I hit a brick wall, and then I go, all right, we got to get ready for turkey season. So Justin, is this the spot for in the morning, right out there?
That's what we're going to start with in the morning. See how that goes.
Yeah.
Roost trees down there on the creek.
Big old cottonwoods, I see that.
Cottonwoods. So these birds can kind of, they don't have a set of roosts as a lot of places.
Right.
There's a lot of options here, you know. Just right off the east side of the creek, there's a little food plot, a little open field, and they like to get in that open and strut.
Wow, so they could be roosted really close to that field.
Yeah, yeah.
Drop a pin right here so I can get back from the lodge, and we'll be right there in the morning, right before daylight.
We spotted these turkeys, and Evan's got a pretty good idea of where they're gonna go, where they've been, and they're gonna guide us in the morning and tell us what we need to do to get this in the bag.
Yeah, those birds usually feed off this field, and they'll just kind of drop off that ridge. There's a bunch of cottonwoods and big trees down there in that bottom, and that's just where they like to roost. And then in the mornings, usually they'll fly back down that ridge, and they'll just kind of work their way up them hills and on them flats. And we'll find a spot in the morning where we can kind of tuck away and kind of get to an area where them birds like to go, and just kind of go from there. Hope we can make it happen.
So we're out here in Oklahoma. The first morning out, we had a great plan. Good thing was, weatherman said that the wind was going to lay down that night. Had a plan, knew where the turkeys roosted. Justin showed us exactly where to walk in, basically showed us from a distance the roost trees that the turkeys would likely be in, right on top of this little creek. And then to the left of that was going to be a little small field that they love to spend a lot of time in. Kind of corn, milo stubble in that field. Awesome spot. That's a long beard. Got it. Got plenty of light. That gobbler was destroying that strutter decoy. That's a big old turkey. Oh yeah, it is definitely a big turkey. Look at the spurs on this guy right here now. Big old long spurs, sharp. Look at that. Beautiful Rio Grande, western Oklahoma. Big old mature bird, heavy bird. First morning, I tell you what, hunting out here with Justin Akins, one of our best friends at Mossy Oak, man, we've known him for so long. And he told us, he said, guys, if you'll set up in the edge of this corn stubble field and spend a little time, he said, you'll kill a turkey. And it wasn't no time. I look up and this guy right here came in and just, started putting a whipping on that strutter decoy and had the heart pounding and decided to go ahead and take him, man. It was awesome, man. Super thankful, what an opportunity. Beautiful morning out here in the good Lord's outdoors and western Oklahoma, Rio down.
My first day in Oklahoma. Me and Rusty just got pulled in last night. We got a wheat field behind us and the turkeys sound like they're roosted just over that hill. It sounds like there's maybe 2 or 3 of them. They're gobbling pretty good. We're just getting settled in, so we're gonna sit here, lay down a few calls, and see if we can get them to walk this way. There he is. Just over there. They're coming. Sounds like there's 2 or 3 of them. Did you hear that? They're getting closer for sure. Sounds like they're just over that hill. He's right there. I can't see him yet though. There he is. I see his shadow. He's running. He's running. Just to the left. He's about to pop out. One on the left looks a little bit bigger. Separate. You tell me when you're ready. Are you good?
Joe, look at this. Golly. Look at here, look at here. Look at the colors on it. I tell you what, that was a hunt. Oh man. Got decent spurs on him. Good little beard. Man, this is what it's about right here. That was one of the, best turkey hunts I've been on. Period, ever. Got to watch him strut the whole way, spitting, drumming, could hear everything. Came up here, fought that Jake off, fought the decoy. I'll tell you what. Everything you could ask for right there. That's what gets you fired up. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what we do it for. Sorry, I'm still trying to catch my breath.
Hey, I'm a big fan of Dave Owens and the Pinhoti Project. And to be honest with you, didn't know what that was till, maybe a couple of months ago. But I've been around this game a long time. My cheese meter goes off pretty easy. And let me tell you what's special about that guy and his channel. Number one is he's got the tools. I think he finished like second at the Grand Nationals this year by a point. His calling's unbelievable. He's got some of the best rhythm and cadence you'll ever hear. And what I mean by that is he just sounds like a hen, and he can change that tone at any time. Now that's taking turkey hunting to another level. He's also in real good shape, so he will cover the miles. He's got that attitude. It's like, I can make it happen. And what I love about his channel is, some of his kills aren't that great from a video standpoint, but by the time he gets to that, I don't even care. He's told you everything that's on his mind. He's taking you through that hunt, why I made this decision, where I'm at and all that. That is so entertaining to me. And let me tell you something. I've already learned a couple of things from him, even though he's half my age. Big fan of the Pinhoti Project.
This is not favorable lighting for me.
Sliding up your 5-head. It's Alabama's turkey season when it breaks daylight here in about 20 minutes. We're hunting a piece of private ground because I got in late last night from Mississippi. I'm running on fumes. It was raining yesterday all day, so we're going to take the field approach this morning.
We're not optimistic about it at all.
She's watching these turkeys. They're in these fields quite a bit, but yesterday they were in the neighbor's field. So, and it's a flock of turkeys, so it's not like you can sit over and yelp them up.
No.
We're enjoying us a little backwoods grind this morning. I hadn't get to do this enough. This whole slowing down and sipping on my coffee. I feel like I've been 100 miles an hour since this thing started. It's a nice change of pace. I enjoy sitting in the truck for a little bit, or vehicle for a little bit.
This is what you do.
And the company sucks, but
we need to get going.
You ain't the boss of me.
Look at the light.
Okay.
Opening day for us Alabama and Georgia hunters. So, to all you boys hitting the woods for the first time this morning, best of luck to you. So you think they're on the other side of that creek? Up in there?
We got turkeys gobbling all around. They ain't on us. So, we're hoping they find their way over.
We're definitely getting closer to the right. We'll have to pitch across this little creek behind us.
Yep. Which they do. They don't think twice about it. They hop right across. The creek is a stretch. It's pretty narrow. It's deep, but it's narrow.
That was definitely close.
Yeah.
We jumped in this cedar tree off the edge of this field and clipped us out a little hole. So we should have a really nice hide. He's getting with it over there now. Coming right down the other side of the creek. There's a flock of turkeys over there.
Yep. They're doing their thing and they're just being courteous to us.
Man, I wish we could get up on that turkey. take it up there, sounds fun.
You think if they close the gap between us and him, he'd come down here?
I doubt it. I mean, maybe, you can't even tell, but he's got to cross a county road, a paved county road, and...
I don't know, he seems lonely though.
Slid down here to the creek. That is the property line. And they're on the other side of the creek over here in this little low field. There's a flock of them. There's 2 longbeards, some jakes, and I don't know, a bunch of hens. That explains it, which we already knew, but I just like looking at them, I guess. Boy, if we could shoot on that side of the creek, they'd be in trouble. But we can't. And they probably know that. Well, them turkeys stayed on the wrong side of the creek. I tried to tell her that's what they was gonna do, but she wouldn't believe me, y'all. You just can't tell women's nothing.
How many turkeys did you hear gobbling this morning?
If I can't go hunt them, it does not matter how many I hear gobble. That's just torture. What you doing?
Putting on a little bit of makeup.
How come?
Well, all these Instagram influencers got us living on higher standards now.
Oh. We got something rattling back here.
That's the situation.
Day 2 of Alabama turkey season. We hunted for a little while yesterday morning, but I've got to play catch up and edit videos and move footage and all that stuff. So we had to go back for most of the day and do that. But we're going to try again this morning. That's not good. We heard some turkeys, but they're a long way off and a long way from where we can go. We know they're here, but not here. They're here, but not here. They're over there. Nothing even remotely close that we can go play with, so this property extends up this hillside here and gets in the woods for a little ways. So we're going to go to the top just to kick around for a minute. Nothing, huh?
Mm-mm.
I hope I'm in the right spot.
In half a mile, the destination is on your left. Proceed to the right.
Expecting a good time. We're at the route, baby. You good? You can shut her down. You can shut her down. We made it. We've been on a 6-hour journey, and I forgot to update y'all when we took off from the house. So I apologize. I've been on the phone trying to keep myself awake, but we are in South Georgia. It is the annual KT team turkey hunt. They got about half a dozen hunters we got lined up for the next few days worth of turkey hunting. Hopefully we fixing to get some good stuff on camera. These folks killing their first turkeys, or maybe it's not their first turkeys, maybe it's their first time being out. Who knows what we got coming your way, but hopefully it's something good, and I'm sure it will be. There's special things happen when you get around the KT team, it always seems like. So looking forward to it. I apologize for the last 2 mornings. Y'all probably been watching the Alabama stuff, I guess, at this point, and we had 2 kind of abbreviated mornings hunt for the first 2 mornings of Alabama season. Hunted some private tracks with Courtney, and we ended up not hearing turkeys on the tracks that we could hunt. I had a lot of editing and footage responsibilities after being buried in Mississippi for a week and being in Florida for 2 weeks before that, so I couldn't spend all day out there chasing them like I wanted to. I had to get back home and spend 6 or 8 hours a day editing and moving footage and getting everything situated so that we can continue on doing what we're doing here. So not to mention the COVID virus has got everything just crazy. Places are locked down, closed up. Even this shindig here, I was curious if we were going to continue on with it, but knuckles, because we are. And so that's it. Next thing you'll see is us in the morning, hopefully yelping and chasing down a big old fine eastern South Georgia gobbler. Y'all stay tuned.
For over 30 years, our staff has made it a point of letting turkeys test our camo. The result of that critter-assisted R&D has led to all-new Mossy Oak Obsession, the official camo of the NWTF. Designed with remarkable realism to perfectly match the spring woods, Obsession will forever change how you look at camo. New Mossy Oak Obsession, designed for your obsession.
Empty beaches are a sign of the times in Southern California as most residents follow a statewide stay-at-home order.
Day 14. More than 160,000 Americans
are now under those
positive for the coronavirus. That's out of 944,000.
The official count, this country has reported more than 500 cases of the virus.
I'm going solo. This AM couldn't get nobody to go. For Mississippi in mid-April, it's chilly. I don't know what it is, 48, 47 degrees with the winds howling. So anyway, other day, I brought my son and my youngest son-in-law, Ricky, in here. There's a long, long road through a pine plantation. No reason for us or turkeys to be there, but we were walking out, and there was 2 longbeards strutting right in the middle of this thing, kind of pinned us down forever. And they finally eased off, and we came on out. He was late, had to go get on a call, but anyway, I'm coming back. I made it to the long pine plantation road, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to hear anything. Not because of my hearing, because I got my Tetris, but because the wind's howling so bad. So I'm gonna go down here and I'm gonna post up for a little while, see what the wind's gonna do. This may be a world record. It's been daylight for 30 minutes and I hadn't made a sound yet. It's really, really windy. And if I do any good, it's going to be, I'm guessing, 80% ambush, but here's what it is. This is just a long, straight road. It's like 3/4 of a mile. And it's like planted hardwoods, which are 10 feet tall on the other side. And this is all pines, probably 10-year-old pines. And the other day I brought Richard, Cranky's daddy, Matt's daddy, in here. And we started way north of here. Didn't hear anything, worked our way back. By the time we got to this road, it was like 9 o'clock. Rounded the corner and two turkeys strutting right here. And I figured out why they did it here. It's because there's a lane goes all the way to 40 acres of hardwoods down there. So I kind of set up right there. It's really windy. I don't know if I can hear them anyway. So I'm going to try to sit it out for a little while. We'll see how it goes. Wish me luck. I'm very patient. Just heard a turkey gobble. It's like 7:20. I've been here for an hour. He gobbled way down toward the end of that road to the right. There's two longbeards with two hens. They came out in that road. They're about 85 yards. Eating clover on the side of the road. I'm having to watch my batteries now on the GoPro because the one on the right there on the tripod is getting weak. Well, that worked out well. I was pinned down by them things forever. And they were easing their way down the road. But I got two GoPros and I was trying to run my phone. I reached over to turn this one on because the battery was getting low. And one of them hens busted me a little bit. Eased way back down the road. They got in there about 200 yards and I cut. And those two turkeys gobbled and the hen started yapping back at me, and boom, let him right down here, right in front of me. Probably wasn't good video because I couldn't zoom out. It worked out. Well, I waited long enough to get up to come out here where he got down in that ditch. Now he's gonna be ugly. Dadgummit. He fell right in that water. Doggone it. Now he's gonna look like a wet dog. I gotta get wet. Ugh. Whoo! Well, he don't look good now, but he did a few minutes ago. Doggone it. Well, that was a pretty good hunt. I tried to get Lauren to come. She said she'd wait and go Saturday. But anyway, the opportunity came, I had to take it. And he's all wet. He's probably a 2-year-old, but man, it was pretty. I wished I'd have had my big camera now, because they strutted. They strutted down this road behind me. I'll set up over there in the shade right there. And I heard them gobble, nothing at daylight. I didn't think I would, because it's just a giant pine plantation. But I heard them gobble down there toward the end of that road one time about 7:20. And I didn't call much, couldn't get them to answer anyway. And about 45 minutes later, boom, I see that red head. It's 2 longbeards and 2 hens. They easing this way, and I got this GoPro one on my gun and my phone. I was fooling with one of these cameras, and the hen saw me and took them back down there. And they got in there a couple hundred yards, and I cut, pop, pop, pop. They answered. A few minutes later, here come the hen leading the way, I guess checking it out. So I'll take it. Yes, sir. Well, back in the day, I may not have killed that turkey, because the older I get, I get a little more patient. Back in the day, when I heard it gobble one time down there about 300 or 400 yards, I'd have probably been jumping up and headed that way. But anyway, MRI is a good thing. Most recent information, and I had some from here about 5 days ago. Those same 2 turkeys were out strutting in this long road about 9 o'clock, so I promised myself I was going to give it till about 9 or 10, since we self-quarantining, and it paid off. Also, back in the day, when they moved off down there about 200 yards, and if I had not had this camera gear with me, I'd have been low crawling down there. But so I'm gonna stick it out. If I don't get them today, I'll bring Lauren back in here tomorrow. But lucky for me, unlucky for her, they came back. So I guess getting old is a good thing somehow. If I'd have known I was going to kill a turkey, I'd have brought that electric buggy. I guess I needed to exercise. What I need is one of them turkey totes from the Outdoor Public guys. That'll give me something to do when I get back. Go online and order me one of them turkey totes. Hey, what makes a good gobbling day a good gobbling day? Nobody knows. You go out there on a bluebird day, no wind, no humidity, boom, get skunked. You go back a couple of days later, it's humid, misty rain, winds blowing, you hear several, and they're just choking themselves. Nobody knows why that happens. Is it the barometer? Is it the humidity? Is it the full moon? Tom Kelly wrote a whole book about the subject called Better on a Rising Tide. His buddy was convinced they gobble better on a rising tide. So nobody knows. Hey, let's check out and see the gobbling on this next one. Maybe they got it figured out.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Spur Season. This week we're down in Florida. How epic it was. We doubled 3 times. Buddy kills a double beard. Can't ask for any better.
At least 2 of them are. I want to
Yes, sir.
Woo! Another double.
That one ain't even run. Right? He's still strutting.
Honestly, I'm telling you, this has been the time of my life. I mean, look at the fog. You can't even see how pretty this place is right now. We moved from the place where we was at yesterday. We doubled yesterday. Got up this morning and we got in here yesterday actually, and man, we seen a ton of birds. Chased, moved around on a few. We had these two. Or two just like them right here. I mean, just yesterday afternoon, and we knew they were right here somewhere. We didn't put them to bed. We got on out of here because we didn't want to mess with them. We knew they'd be. We got right. This is the strut zone. I mean, I'm talking about right here. They were strutting back and forth all day yesterday.
All yesterday afternoon.
I mean, we watched them fans. I mean, just and back and forth through here. So we knew if we set up right here close, and there's a gap right here you can't see. There's a gap in these two fields, and they were working this gap bad. So we knew we'd get right there. When we got in here this morning, I mean, they were roosted right there.
50, 75 yards from us.
Pitching down. The gobblers come out first. These two came out. And this one got some hooks. Look at the spurs on this.
What's up, boys?
What's going on, sir? How are you?
All right. Gonna check the license, check these birds out.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good one.
You too.
Mike's tagged out, so we're gonna leave him at the room, and then me and Justin's gonna go over to the senior citizen bill over here and see if we can't get us
Talking about the birds.
another double ourselves. We're gonna leave the playground alone this afternoon and go over there and see if we can't fill our tags out. And,
y'all gonna go over there and get all in my business is what y'all gonna do.
But,
What's up, everybody? We had a bird roosted over here. He done flew down, but he's in the next field over. We've been watching him for a little while. We've actually drew two of his hens over here a little earlier, but they went back in the woods. He's still over here strutting, so hopefully it's all gonna play in our favor and we're gonna be able to get them over here.
Look at him. Get out there, get your bird, get your God. That's a good one, dude. That is a. He's got a double beard. He's a fine turkey, son. Get her. Oh my God. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God.
We never heard this bird. This bird just snuck in off the fence on us. And I mean, it happened pretty quick, but he came right in there to the decoys. And I don't know, I'm just still at awe right now. Just 2 birds down here, first time coming. I mean, we've had the luck follow us this trip. Mike has got 2 birds, Jody's got 2 birds. So I'm tagged out, Mike is, Jody, Justin's just down the field a little ways. We still got 1 more bird to get. If he can get his tagged out, that'll be 8 birds this trip, and that's an unbelievable trip we're having. Thank you, Lord. There's no better place to be, especially right now with all the chaos going on. I mean, this is what everybody should be doing. Whether it's just getting out of your place and enjoying your time outside with friends, family.
Thanks to everybody that follows us, watches the show, supports all of our sponsors that without them, without y'all, we can hunt, but this is what we love to do, and we can't thank you enough.
Thank you for going to Spur Brand. With all the stuff that's going on with this coronavirus, country getting locked down a little bit right now. Don't even know, we're kind of out here and haven't really heard a lot what's going on the last couple of days. We just hope to have a good time, get home, see our families. Hope y'all all are good and well. I know we're not doing like social distancing, you know, but
we not that much,
but we're good. We've
stayed out of the crowds. I mean, we know we're good out here. I mean, we're in nature, and I advise everybody that's out there, if you've got a place or family and all that, you know, get out and enjoy it while you're locked down and can't do anything. Get out, and enjoy the time, get kids involved. It's I mean, it's just something you never forget.
This is social distancing.
Yeah,
about as far as you can get, I think. So, but thanks. Go to spurbrand.com. Thank you for what you do. See y'all next week.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Thank y'all.
Here at Mossy Oak, the passion for turkey hunting has been in our blood for a long time. That passion watered the roots for our initial introduction into making camouflage over 30 years ago with our original bottomland, and is still growing today with our NWTF obsession pattern, which in our opinion is as close as you can get to disappearing in the spring woods. Mossy Oak Obsession, the official camouflage of the NWTF.
So still in Texas, it's the next morning. What happened?
We're kind of on the other side of the property now because we're like, there's a bunch of timber on this northeast side. Let's just go down there pretty early and just sit and wait for something to happen.
And this is a place y'all had permission to hunt but had not been before. So.
Never had been there. We don't know the first thing about it.
The people that own it don't turkey hunt either. So it wasn't like, hey, they're always over here or whatever. It was just like, Well, when
here's some property.
When I'm feeding cows, sometimes I see them over here.
Yeah.
Which is either a gigantic blessing or a tremendous curse. You never know.
Yeah, it's gar hole or gold mine. You really don't know what you're getting into.
We heard one gobbling with a bunch of hens. We yelped a few times and he gobbled, and he was like, we were right on top of him.
Yeah.
We got lucky.
Shoot him.
Maybe not. I botched that big time. I felt like I was right on him, but apparently not. I messed it up. I mean, no excuse. I should have hammered that turkey. Easy. Should have hammered him easy. I messed it up.
And there he was, like, took me by surprise, like 3-4 steps, you know, and I'm like, one of those kind of deals, you know, and and I just rushed the shot, man, like 100% rushed the shot. I don't know if the bead probably wasn't even on the turkey.
You know what they say about missing, though? Like, if you hadn't missed one, you hadn't killed enough of them.
Yeah, you hadn't turkey hunted very long.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
Jerome's been working hard, and he's been doing a great job.
Yes, we called him Jerome because it kind of looks like a bus.
Yeah, so Jerome the bus Bettis. Family Dollar, we're going to go grab something for him real quick.
Oh, I got the bling bling.
Bling bling. Chain gang. At this point, by like noon that day, I want to kill every turkey in the state. I'm like, just find me a turkey. I don't care where it's at. I'm shooting them.
I know they're in here. We're about to be all boss with turkeys. Levy's got 2 spotted.
Yelping softly, like what I always do. First off, they weren't doing much. There were some hens or something down there below them. Got super aggressive with them, and then they started losing their minds.
They were lit up.
Yeah.
They were.
And I guess in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I just missed one running in at 4 yards. And once again, Jerome's at 4 yards. Yeah. So I guess in my head, I was like, as soon as they're under 30, I'm smoking one.
Yeah. Holy smokes, that was awesome.
And they came in screaming,
dude,
too, son. That was awesome.
They were just, I mean, when they finally decided to do it,
came in screaming.
I mean, they look like big old white torches coming up through there.
Pretty turkey, man.
Another one that's going in the truck.
That's right. Pretty.
Yep. We kind of have I don't know if you want to call it a trick. It's not necessarily a trick. It's just something that we've always done. And when you get them and they're henned up or hung up or something like that, him and I will just start calling very, very aggressively, cutting and yelping on top of each other. And if that turkey's just, ow, you know, losing it, then we'll just keep hammering him for maybe 30 seconds, just constant yelping and cutting and yelping, and then just cut it off cold. Nothing, like not make a peep, and just sit there. And a lot of times you'll hear, he's like, well, why'd they quit? Why?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, yelp at me. Where did you go? Yeah. Are you coming? Are you staying? And it just does something. It does something inside of them that they're like, they can't handle it.
That's pretty slick.
I think the picture that they put together in their mind is like, okay, we're hearing all this aggressive hen yelping, and then they get to a spot and they see a strutting decoy, and they're like not up in here, boy. Yeah. And they're ready to go kill Jerome, you know, because the hen yelping got them all excited, and then there's some other dude that slipped in. I mean, if you can correlate that on a human level to where you're like, Okay.
You're seeing blood.
Yeah, exactly. Like I got to the dance and got stood up kind of deal. And I think that's what kind of happened.
Hey, coming up, we got some more from the Lindsay Way. And yeah, they're big whitetail guys, but I've learned that if you're good in one area, you're going to be good in the next. It just depends on if you have the itch or the interest. Well, trust me, they got it for turkeys too.
Red, white, and blue has beards and spurs. When he flies off the limb, I'm gonna rock his world. Longbeards are gonna die. Yeah, longbeards are gonna die.
All right, we just got back from our annual turkey trip to Georgia. Iowa doesn't start for another week, and I got a Nebraska tag, so I'm gonna slip out of here, head back to Nebraska, and hopefully try and kill a bird. Fortunately, I bought my non-resident tag before they stopped the sales of them due to COVID-19. But the one that I bought prior to that is still good. So can't buy any more, but hopefully I can fill that one. So we'll see. We got a couple days here. It was 80 down in Georgia, and here it's 31 and freezing rain. So it's actually archery season over there. Shotgun doesn't open up for a couple more weeks. Meeting up with my brothers and my dad possibly. We know there's birds around. We've been seeing them on the Spartans too. So we got the Matthews dialed in, and hopefully we can kill one. All right, well, we are about to roll into town here in Nebraska. It's about 1:20, so we got a decent amount of time here. We're gonna go shoot our bows and then probably head out for the evening hunt. Both me, my brother, and my dad all have tags, so maybe if we get lucky, we could maybe double. Plan is to get out there early, tonight, because the birds like to get in this field early, so. Sighting at the long distance of 10 yards. Good there. All right, I think we're dialed in, ready to go. Now we just need a turkey to work tonight. Well, we didn't see him driving around the section, which is kind of a good thing because they haven't beat us to the field, but we don't know exactly where they are, so it's somewhat of a guess because it's been a few days since we've seen them. Yeah, they're right down to the creek bottom here. We need to get up here. Because they can be stretched all the way down in here. Got one. Which is a little different than where we were going to originally go, but this actually works better, so. Usually they kind of work back this way to roost, but we will see. They could go the other way too. Alright, we came in. We had planned to go to this back field, but we heard crow calling on the way in and heard a couple birds gobble, so had changed our plans. We're in a different field than we originally had planned on setting up, but after we got set up, they kind of got a little quiet, so. But we know they're right down in there, not too far, so just hope they come this way out to the field tonight. We set up, but the birds slowly started moving south, which that's usually where they roost when they're kind of in that area, but we just couldn't get in between where they were going to roost. But usually when they roost there, we kind of know, we have a good idea where they pitch down at. So they're somewhere in that timber, but we're going to pick up and at least get a good idea where they're roosting tonight so that we can make game plan for the morning. So we came around to the backside where they were kind of headed back to the south when we set up the first time, and sure enough, they're all out in this field. And then we'll just set up in this field in the morning probably, and hopefully they come this way. There's no guarantee, that's for sure, but we'll sure try. All right, we're headed out this morning. We watched these birds go up to roost last night. There's like 8 jakes and 3 toms in this group, so it'll be interesting to see what they do in the morning. The jakes are kind of running the show, honestly, so I think we're still going to put a jake decoy out, but we'll probably set in the middle of this field that they like to come down into. Hopefully they come down into it this morning and decide they want to play.
So it already sounds like they've already, a few of them have flown down into that last field we saw last night, so hopefully they come this way. They're pitching down into an alfalfa field, but it's a huge group, so we're gonna have to compete with them, but hopefully we got one that wants to play. Yeah, those are definitely down. There comes a jake parade. I'm not sure where the rest of the group is. They're just in the trees. Man, that end's right on that edge. I need her to step out here. That gobbler's, that one's closer. Yeah. Yeah, they're coming to us. There's a bearded head, too. See, those dang hens want to go into the corn. These 2 toms are working behind us. The birds came out into the field like we thought they would. But we sat farther out in the field because we didn't want them to skirt us out that way. Well, they ended up coming through that gap. And they just kind of worked their way around us at probably 60 yards. So, all the way around us, which is, sometimes those early season groups, they just do what they want and the toms follow. So, we're right on them. It's just a matter of being right where they want to be. So, we may make some adjustments for this evening. We just got in here, got set up. We came back to where we think kind of just offset of where we sat this morning, where they kind of came through. So hopefully they work their way back this evening and want to play with our avians. So luck would have it, we got all set up and the guy came in to spray the beans. So we weren't sure where we were going to set up, if we were going to set up on the corn gap or in the bean gap. We set up in the bean gap and he's going to spray them. So we figured that might be our key, that we needed to be in the corn gap. So we picked up, moved down the field edge just probably 150, 200 yards. He's going to spray these beans. He'll be done in no time, and maybe we'll have a bird come through. We'll see. Well, I just slipped out the backside of the blind because these corn stalks are so tall to see exactly where they were. They were literally walking down the trail that we were set up on before the sprayer came in the field. So we would, if it wasn't for the sprayer, we wouldn't have got out of his way and still been there. We could have moved back, but there wasn't but a little over an hour after that happened, so. But all 3 toms, all the jakes, all the hens walked right through that gap, same gap they came through this morning, so. Which is where we wanted to be tonight, but it just didn't work out, wasn't meant to be. But we're gonna try and slip in there early. We'll be tight to roost, but be on that gap in the morning.
After watching them roost tonight, last night they were a little bit farther in the timber, so we could kind of sneak in there pretty well down that field edge. And I think some are still deep in there, but there's one at least that seems to be right on the edge. And we're afraid they might see us in the morning, pop up that blind. So it's about 10 o'clock. We're gonna head out there and do it right now. Put it up so we can literally just slip in there and slip in the backside of the blind, because we'll see. But I'm thinking like if we put the blind like right there, so we have our decoys out right, like quartered down the edge, that it would be good. Ready to sneak out. Alright, we just slipped in there, put that blind up, not probably 40 yards from that corner that they walk in and out of. Not sure, there's no guarantee that they're going to walk through there tomorrow, but it's our best chance, so. I don't know, I think we're in a good spot if we can slip in there in the morning, and I think we'll be in, it's just still a guess, but they kind of do whatever they want, but we'll be right in there close. She's awake.
That one sounds down, doesn't it? I thought so. Alright, we've got some of the birds that have pitched down, but I think their main hen is still up. They're just standing there gobbling at her, gobbling like crazy. We'll see which way they head. to go to Illinois. And so it's been 2 years since I've killed a Nebraska bird, and it's special to come home and on the farm that I kind of grew up hunting, and getting to spend it with my brothers and my dad. And unfortunately, Kurt couldn't come this morning, but he was here yesterday and had the birds walk right next to him. That's what made us sit right here. And then we had all the sprayer thing going yesterday, and we had to move, and the birds walked right where we were. And slid back in here this morning, and finally it happened. Finally, so I'm pretty pumped to go see him.
Can't believe it. One and only Nebraska tag for this year.
Another turkey's ready to fry. Another longbeard is ready to fry.
Well, I'm working my way back to the truck. I've gotten my tail kicked by these tough birds here at the house in Mississippi. Something different we're doing at Mossy Oak this year. We've launched a new turkey hunting series, and it's literally what it is self-filmed hunts. It's called Mossy Oak's Turkey Season Quarantine. Normally during turkey season at Mossy Oak, we've got our team of guys. We go out and we hit the entire country, several states, filming turkey hunts, all the subspecies, and rack up lots of awesome turkey content for you guys. Well, this year, due to the virus, the COVID-19 coronavirus, it has basically shut down our spring travel. So what we're doing is self-filming our turkey hunts locally on all of our dirt. We're having pretty good success with it. So the goal is to bring you guys an episode of quarantine every week. You'll see hunts from Mississippi, Alabama, Ohio, Kentucky, Missouri. So stay tuned. We hope you enjoy it. Quarantine series, Mossy Oak Turkey Season. Y'all check it out.
Okay, so it is Saturday, April the 4th, and being a really good friend of mine, Rooster's awake. He's awake too early. Anyways, it's me and a good friend of mine are going over here to the management area. I'm privileged and blessed to live about 5 or 6 miles from one, if that, and I enjoy hunting over there. That's where we're going this morning. Probably gonna have some high water to deal with. The river just now got below X amount of feet where you could hunt it, and it just got there like last night during our sleep. So there's still gonna be a lot of water in the bottom, and it could be a challenge getting around. We're gonna make the best of it though. And if we have to get wet, we're gonna get wet. So I'm finna hook the boat up and roll up out of here. All right, isn't that fast? We're ready to go. We early. I'm gonna be bad early. It ain't even 4:45 yet. Don't get daylight for another 2 hours. But I was excited, couldn't sleep, so I'm gonna go see what we can do with them. 4:45, we have to ramp. Way too early for a 3-minute boat ride. I'm ready. Yeah, you ready? Yeah? Okay. Alright. Had a little boat ride this morning. Got a very good friend of mine with me, Mr. Stephen Bush. Water is plaguing us. We can't get to where we want to go because of the water. So we're having to double back. There's a turkey or multiple turkeys ripping it. So we are going to double back around, get back on the levee, and see if we can make a play on them. They're gobbling, they're hot. I think we might be able to do something with them. We just got to get to where we got to get. And hope there ain't nobody else there, because this is public land. Just want to see the snakes now. Yeah, it was dark when we did this earlier. It's kind of eerie. Old no shoulders be laid up in there. Hit you on the leg in the dark. Wouldn't be good. Alright, we finna get wet. He's across already. He flew. He come. I thought I heard him fly earlier when we were sitting down. Ain't no way he's gonna come close enough right here. Well, we gotta try. We can't move on him. He's coming. He's gotta get to that big old tree right there, at least. Hit him with another soft call. Don't go too far to the right. Look again. He hits that big tree, you can kill him. Or just keep on letting him go. I can kill him right there, can't I? Just let him come on. Come on now. There he is. Just let him come on. Yeah. He's still walking. Yeah, let him come on. What is he doing? When you see his head, you better shoot him. say you did. We got him, boy. What you got, son? I done got a long beard. That sucker was love sick, wasn't he? Bad. Good God. That son gun flew. That's what you call a swamp bird right there. Golly. Shoot him in the chest? I don't know where I shot him. No, I hit him in the head. Well, there you go. Number one, finally. We got him. We were on the cusp of walking across it. And we're just standing there listening for these turkeys that were way deep in to gobble. And they gobbled. Yeah. But what happened next? We were sitting here. We heard him way off. Yeah, same place, about close to the same place it was at daylight. We done committed. We about to get wet. Put all our stuff in our pockets. We were just about to cross, and this bird here just literally 100 yards. So we're just standing there in the mud, like I told John. I said, we gotta sit down. This ain't gonna work. And his face, Steven's face, was just like, my eyes was bugged out. Like, we gotta do something now. I mean, literally, we sat down. I said, this ain't gonna work. But as we sat down, I can't hear as well as I used to, but he said he heard him fly. Well, I yelped at him one time. Well, he's across. He didn't answer me right that second, but I mean, 5 seconds after I called, he answered. He's across, he's across. I thought I heard one fly. You wouldn't be able to see him in a minute. Call at him again. I called, there he is. We're still in the water, trying to get out of here. There's a deep hole. But we about 17, 18 pounds heavier going out of the water. We got a wet turkey.
Hey, nobody likes to miss the fly down, all that gobbling at daylight, but you know, that's not always the absolute best time to kill a turkey. The first year I did the videography for the Primos, the true stuff, I kept a little notebook, kind of a log. That was all about the gas mileage, not anything else. But what it proved to me was 80% of the turkeys we filmed that season getting shot were between like 9:30 and noon. That's kind of the magic hour. A lot of reasons for that. They're leaving their hens and lots going on, but I've always loved that time. Let's see what time of the day this next bunch has got coming up.
It's a lot of stuff happening in the world that not many people would expect for this spring, but we try to plan this trip to come up here every year in Middle Tennessee. Went to college with some friends of mine that own some property up here. It's unreal the amount of turkeys here. It's not like anywhere in the country. I mean, every bend you make in a road, there's liable to be a strutting longbeard right there.
If you follow some tree on all these follow that dude's tracks, you'll run right into it. This field wraps around right down there in the bottom. Yeah, I know. And there's a little field right over here. Yeah, pretty field. We won't get right there with our fingers. Well, we'll see. We'll get them gobbled.
he may have pitched out into the field, and that one hit the ground and came running, but I thought they were both going to come in together.
Well, coronavirus.
Got a social distancing.
Gentlemen, this is new patent pending. Patent number 6,000,007. Tommy Boy, made out of PVC pipe and feathers and elastic rope here. Everybody said that it wouldn't work. First morning out, they attacked it. So get yours at Sears. You can get it at Sears or Target. We ain't going to Walmart. We don't want to deal with all that. But here he is, old Tommy Boy.
So first morning, I mean, as good as it gets. 15 minutes in the season, we got a longbeard flopping on the ground. I mean, if that doesn't break the ice for this trip, I don't know what does. But I mean, it's not going to happen like that every single time. And, you know, sometimes you got to pull a rabbit out of your hat and do some unconventional turkey hunting, and that's kind of what we did later that afternoon. We got on 2 goblin birds on top of this big ridge, and they came to us and just wouldn't seal the deal. You could see the tip of their fans, and we kind of just had to roll with it and get those turkeys killed before they cross on to the neighbors.
We've walked miles. Finally, we drove by this field. There were 3 strutters in it. Said, I feel like we should get to the top, and they gobbled 75 yards. Those bushes wouldn't have been there, or we'd have been on top of this rise. It's been the best show ever. I'm sorry, but it's good enough for me after fighting them all day. Another friend of mine up here pulled some strings and got us some permission to this pretty little hillside on the backside of this house, and we went there the afternoon just to hoot and see what happened. And I mean, I hadn't hooted I never even got the whole hoot out, and he hammered right there, and we knew that it was going to be on first thing the next morning. Made it happen. Whew. Oh, me. Talk about an adrenaline rush. Can't see anything because of this rise right here, and you can just hear them drumming like they were 10 yards away. How cool is that? How cool.
It worked to a T. Look at them.
I know.
Big long beard too. Oh yeah. Y'all can paint your house with that.
Yeah. Who wouldn't want to just come sit in the woods with a couple of your buddies and witness what I did this morning? It's unreal to say the least. This right here would have turned anybody into a huge turkey hunter.
Good job, brother.
You the man.
Y'all got any coffee down there? Good morning.
We're right here by their house.
Mornings like this one that we had here just don't ever happen like that easy. I mean, it makes you feel like you're a great turkey hunter, but you know, when you're able to kill one right off the limb, get it done quick, there's plenty of daylight left, bag him, tag him, throw him in the truck, and go find another one.
Who would not want to come out here, God's country, chase these old rascals, shoot a big old strutting gobbling turkey?
Come in on a stream, literally, no decoys or nothing, just old school, calling up in the stick stuff.
This is how you social distance from the world. Get out of all this coronavirus. Come out here and just have fun with good friends.
You know, this week it seemed like we were in gobbling turkeys the entire time we were here. I mean, sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, but it was just one hell of a time up here in turkey camp, everybody getting together during this hard time. And, you know, it just reminds you of how thankful it is to have things like this. And I just want to encourage everybody that if you do have a way to get out of your house and go turkey hunting, do it, because it's worth it.
You know, one of the best things about turkey hunting for me anyway is it's not a competition. Never has been. You don't score them, you don't post the scores and all that. Don't like any of that. So if you can do yourself a favor and not make it a competition, it makes it a lot more fun. Turkey hunting's the best way to get somebody started. People that have never hunted get a little intimidated about, man, what if I do get a deer? That kind of freaks them out. What do I do after I got a deer down? Not so with a turkey. They can envision themselves carrying that turkey out. They eat turkeys at Thanksgiving, so don't make it a competition. Don't talk about how good your calling is. Invite somebody. That right there, that would make a big difference.
This turkey season was a little different for me because I wasn't taking the same people turkey hunting that I normally have. This year I'm taking Danica out, Danica Goodwin, Jake Goodwin's wife. Yep. So I scouted these birds for several days, morning and evening, and had a really good idea what they were doing. I had a tag, Danica had a tag. And if we got situated, I had a really good feeling we could get at least one bird down.
So after going deer hunting last fall with my husband and our good friend Ian Sparks, I really wanted to try out turkey hunting to see what it was all about.
So with wind chills of about 10 degrees, obviously I didn't expect the birds to be gobbling much. Everything was a layer of ice, and that was exactly it. You know, it was really quiet, and after we were sitting there a while, I was kind of, I wasn't sure, if it was a bad thing that no birds were gobbling, but the good thing was none were anywhere. So I felt confident we didn't scare any. Sure enough, as daylight started to brighten up, I think time passed, boom, birds started gobbling. It was more and more gobble. And I knew that we were sitting good, things were looking good, and the entire time we're sitting there, we could just hear those gobbles getting closer and closer and closer in the timber. And I knew it was just a matter of time before we could lay eyes on one of these birds and hopefully see what it is.
Well, it's opening day of Iowa shotgun season here for turkeys. I got Danica Goodwin here. Jake unfortunately has to go to work and take the kids to daycare, but it's Danica's birthday, so we're hoping to get her birthday bird. Happy birthday, by the way. We set up in this pasture field that I've been watching the birds the last several days. They've been doing the exact same thing, and they just gobbled a couple minutes ago, so I think they're going to do it again, but if they do, Danica's here with a shotgun, so I got an attack as well. So there's two toms here, so maybe we'll double up, I don't know, but I'll let Kara, she gets one of the sports, so. That's a head there. Super still now, okay.
Shortly after those hens work their way past us, I look over. As I see the one longbeard over here, boom, there's a second. Boom, there's a third. Next thing I know, they're running up the hill, and I'm kind of worried they saw the blind, didn't like it, and then out of nowhere, two longbeards come running into the frame, and now we have 5 longbeards here.
Oh, here we go. We got 4 toms right there, 5 of them. Holy crap. My shoulder, Danica. We might be able to get to him there.
They start fighting. They ended up splitting off, chasing 2 birds off. Then those 3 immediately start working their way our way, followed by a couple, 3 jakes as well. They start coming down, and I tell Danica, hey, get the gun up, get ready for a shot, because it's going to happen here really quick.
They're coming this way.
As the birds crested the hill, I had to back up and make sure Danica could get a shot at these birds because they were coming off to our left and didn't even go to the decoys.
Get the gun up. Get the gun up. Okay, yep. Lean forward. Lean forward, hey. Point the barrel left of my camel right here. Right there. The one that's all fanned out, okay? Wait, just put the bead on his head.
And sure enough, bird's full strut. Beautiful bird. And I tell her, hey, put the bead right on his head. Take your time. Squeeze it off.
Capped out. What? One's all fanned out right there. Shoot the face. Go through.
I grab the gun from Danica. She takes the camera, rolls reversed. She's over my shoulder, and as they're attacking this other bird, those other toms stuck around.
You on him? Did you get on him? Yeah. The one that head up. Wait. Get on him.
horse.
Put the barrel out. Sure enough, 40 yards. Boom. I shoot and I dropped one.
We just doubled. Yes. That's the first for me with a shotgun double, and these birds are still hanging around. I'm shaking like crazy.
What's up, buddy?
We got 2 turkeys down.
You got how many?
2.
You're not supposed to be on the ground. It's supposed to be, I know you're excited. Is mine here? Did I get mine?
They went down.
Huh?
Or is that yours and mine didn't go down?
Yours went down for sure. As we're amidst confusion because we can only find one bird, I didn't know what to do. I wandered around in the timber and stuff, couldn't find anything, texting neighbors, asking them if they could help me come look for this thing. I was gonna have to have a search party come out to help me find a stupid turkey. And we go back, I decided to watch the footage because that's one of the best things about filming your hunts. All right, so we had quite the turn of events here. And we're looking down here for another turkey because we had to go back to the house to watch the footage on the big screen. And anyways, after reviewing the footage, it's looking like there should be 2 dead turkeys here. There's no way one of them got up.
My heart sunk when we walked up and we only saw 1 turkey. I was just so confused. I didn't understand why there was only 1 because I saw both of them go down, but unfortunately they just weren't there at the time. So we searched around a little bit and still were unable to find the second one. And then we came to watch the footage, and that's when we found out that the other one had gone the opposite direction of what we thought, where we hadn't even looked for it.
Right there's where that turkey was. Your turkey should be down here. There's a dead turkey here. What do you know? Sure enough, right when I got down there, completely submerged in water, is Danica's turkey. And be honest with you, it wasn't the turkey I told her to shoot at, but either way, it was her first turkey, it was a legal bird, and it was one heck of a fun memory.
So now that I've been turkey hunting for my first time, I really want to next season try to dial it in a little bit more, get maybe a little better shot than what I got this time, and maybe even try it out with a bow for next season.
Hey man, I hope you enjoyed tonight's Mossy Oak Go Live. I just love it. It's absolutely must-see TV every Wednesday night, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. And make sure you got the app on your phone, your iPad, whatever it is. And it's all free. We're not trying to say anything. We're just trying to entertain you. Got some of the best turkey hunters around doing it. See you next week.